Drumheads Soph, and I'd like to show you some things about brushes. Most of us were initially taught to play brushes in such a way as the left hand, if we're right-handed, sustained in the right hand, tapped or accented or played a time pattern like this. And the left hand sustained could take shape like that, or it could take circular. But basically the idea was that one hand did all the sustaining and the other hand predominantly did the accenting. The problem that I found with this was that it really didn't give me the freedom to improvise with the same ability as I have with the sticks. In other words, I would learn brush beats and that's all I could play. So no matter what the tune was, I'd always end up doing the same thing. So what I did was sort of built a technique on the same concept as playing stickings. And only the difference is with brushes is that the stickings are played on the horizontal instead of on the vertical. So for example, if I took a sticking right, left, and played it horizontally with both brushes, the pattern would become this. So that's the basic concept that I'm going to show you, is that both hands share the duties of accentuation and sustaining. Before we go any further, we have to talk about how you hold the brushes, because as with sticks, how you hold determines how you execute. So, for what I'm showing you today, and just this is not a law, I mean this is just a starting point for you to do your own experimentations, is hold the brushes more towards the butt of the brush because it'll give you a larger stroke and therefore a larger sound. The other aspect that we want to deal with is with the right brush is that the ring is slightly under the fleshy part of the thumb and the finger, the index finger, is extended like this so that we have this kind of motion. And you notice that that's how loosely we want to hold this brush so that we have that loose motion in there. All right? Because if we hold the brushes too tightly, we get this kind of sound. But if we loosen and hold the brushes as loosely as we can, thinking that control comes from degrees of looseness, not from degrees of tightness, then the whole thing opens up and sounds like this. Now, I'm going to break it down and take each hand separately. Here's the right hand. It accents 1 and 3. And I get the accent by pressing more of the fan onto the head to get a darker sound. And the thing that's going to challenge you at first, if you already have some experience with brushes and you're right-handed, is that this right hand is not going to want to stay on the head. It's going to want to come off, especially when you add the left hand. But if you practice the right hand just by itself, you'll get it. Notice how the ring of the brush comes out of my hand as I come around. It's not this. You sound the way you move, and if you move like this, you sound like this. If you move in a flowing fashion, it sounds like this. It'll put you to sleep. So it's 1, 3, 1, 3. And I can actually play all 4 beats with just one brush by doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And if I'm really slick, I can play a whole ride pattern with one hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1. But for now, with this pattern, to learn the basic motion, we're just going to accent to 1 and 3. The other reason for holding the brush with what I call a really sort of a modified French grip, this is German grip. If you hold the brush like that, the fan is forced down on the head and you have no place to go for your shading. If you hold the brush like this, the brush supports itself so that you can put it down and it'll come back up. So this is crucial, and it's something that a lot of guys overlook. They want to play this way, the way often they play with a stick on the snare with a German grip. But it's like this, so that the brush supports itself. Finger, ring under the fleshy part of the thumb. Okay? So I'm going to leave you with the right hand for now. When you've got the right hand, come back and we'll talk about the left. Thanks.